Today we wrap up our 3-part review for Salamander Deluxe Pack Plus with a look at January 1996's Salamander 2. And what makes this one so unique is that it wasn't really released outside of Japan. Now, I believe there was a version that was released in Europe, but I could be mistaken on that. And I know that there are other compilation titles that Konami has released in, the last 15 years, 10 years, something like that, that have included Salamander 2. But for the most part, this remains one of the only ways to experience this absolutely fantastic shoot-'em-up. Now, like all the other ones in this compilation, it features only 6 stages, which I know a lot of people were probably saying, what, for a game released in 1996, 6 stages is kind of lame, right? Well, the whole idea was for this to be a true follow-up to the original Salamander. It features vastly superior graphics and a really kick-ass soundtrack, but it reverts back to Salamander's old-school gameplay with no main power-up menus or things like that. And by the way, I never mentioned this beforehand, but I played the Saturn version, and it is super expensive. But to be really honest with you all, it's completely worth it, just because you're experiencing arcade-perfect versions of all 3 of these fantastic games. Another thing I didn't mention in the other 2 reviews is that there is a difficulty selection screen. But even if you play this on 1 star, which is called Saturn Easy Mode, it is extremely hard. The good news with Salamander 2 is that unlike the original Salamander and Life Force, there are unlimited continues in this game, which is a godsend, because it means you can actually finish the game, even if you're absolutely horrible at it, like I am. One of the things I really liked with Salamander 2 was that, unlike the original Salamander, I found the shields were far better here. Instead of having the front of your ship protected at one time and then the back of your ship another time, here you just get like a force field that protects your entire ship, and it makes the game much more manageable, I found. And the overall difficulty I also didn't find too bad compared to the other 2, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that there are unlimited continues. Ultimately, your enjoyment of the Salamander Deluxe Pack Plus will really depend on your enjoyment of these individual games or your nostalgia of these individual games. For someone like me who has played this particular release, the Saturn release, for over a decade now, I absolutely love coming back to this game every now and then, purely for nostalgia's sake. And I was also a really big fan of Life Force, the NES one. So it's like a combination of really fun games, really good memories, even though the Life Force from NES isn't included on this set, it's a totally different beast. It doesn't matter, this is still a game I really highly recommend you guys go and check out, and I hope you've enjoyed these 3 little mini reviews. And for far more information on each one of these games, be sure to hit up projectcoe.com for the full written review.